Well, hello everybody and welcome back to an atypically windy Sunday here in Westman as we look around the yard and gardens. Okay, so last week I kind of screwed up. I said it was the 9th of August. It was really the 16th. These things are actually recorded on the day they're produced and sent out. I promise. It was just a bit of a brain fart on my account. These things do happen. But this week we got lots of exciting stuff going on. I have been asked for an update on the air layering project, and I will be doing that in the coming days, but not today. Today I want to take a look at the actual gardens, and I know I've been promising it for a while, but again, in the coming days I hope to look at the indoor/underground aquaponics setup, because it's been a while, and you know, got some things to do down there, getting ready for winter, which is, you know, it's tragically coming far faster than I'd like. But let's take a look at some of the things growing on in the garden. And actually this week I'd like to start with kind of a shocker. Actually, it's a shockser, because this particular tomato plant wasn't well, intentional. It came up as kind of a volunteer when Shocks was transplanting one of her succulents. I forget which one it was, and subsequently has been allowed to grow and has been part of the fairy garden out front. So it hasn't ended up in most of our videos, but we will start up there today. Yes, it's true. Volunteer tomatoes follow me everywhere I go. And in this particular case, it looks like we've got some lovely yellow tomatoes growing there. So, first full-size tomato to get color was a totally random volunteer plant. Nothing wrong with that. There's a couple of indigo rose tomatoes that have started themselves up way down in the bottom there. I was going to transplant them, but, you know, just never really got around to it. These are looking delightful though, and maybe another day or two. I think those are going to end up in a salad, probably on the sooner side. On our way back, we can stop and look at the Shouldn't You Be Dead By Now peppers. Looks like we've got a flower coming out on the side of this one. Hate to break it to you, but at this time of year, there's no way you're going to become a pepper. Anywho, let's look up at the other one here, where we do see there are still a few pods on here. I mean, we got this itty bitty guy right there, got that going there. I don't know if that's starting to take color or sun damage or just what's going on there, but hopefully it will ripen up for us. We'll see. Anything at all out of these peppers though will be a miracle, because they were, yeah, considered dead. And then also in the world of back from the dead peppers, at least I know what this pepper is. This is the bad brains that decided to come back to life. Again, you know, this pepper does not have anywhere near enough time to produce fruit for me, but it's oregano. Sure is looking nice. Gonna look forward to, actually might harvest some of that tonight. We've got some pork chops going on and some roast taters. Yeah, I think some oregano on that would be quite nice. Anyway, interesting to see what these peppers are doing, considering, you know, I had given them up for dead. But, you know, some things are more stubborn than I am, I guess. Good deal. Then over kind of in that same general area, we've got the Dungeon Calancho planter. Things are just going crazy in here. I haven't bothered to pull any of these randoms out yet. I'm really curious to see if this is going to flower or not, but I don't know. This thing is going crazy though. Quite a happy plant. Did surprisingly well under the fluorescent light in the basement. It's doing surprisingly well in this very shady area. I am blown away by the fact that we have volunteer plants in here, because it's supposed to toxify the soil it's in, but I see at least 3 other varieties happily growing in there because they can. I don't know. Sometimes I think everything they, air quotes, they teach us about gardening is just, it's close, but it's not quite right. That's why I experiment. Speaking of experiments, we've got the Lonely Sisters garden here. This poor little popcorn might as well be an ornamental grass at this point. Nothing's going to come of that. We've had a few beans off of here. We've had a few peas. It's getting to be time to enjoy some of the parsley out of the bottom of there. Might actually grab some of that for dinner tonight too. So why not? You know, it's growing, it's fresh, it's good for you. You know where it came from. Up here we've got some of the first mini tomatoes that took color. They ended up staying out here because they Hadn't quite taken as much color as I would have liked, but oh yeah, those are ready now. Delightful. Let's go look at some tomatoes. Those particular beauties came from my broad ripple, which is just delightful. Now I'm hoping we can get a shot of that. We've got some nice color on that one there. That one's been allowed to ripen up on the plant. So A, it should be super juicy and sweet, which makes it very tempting. But B, it's also going to be my seed tomato, because this thing has put out massive amounts of fruit that still have plenty of time to grow up a little bit and take some color. But that was the first to ripen, and I need short season tomatoes here. Oh, I wish I could just really share with you the smell that I'm getting from jostling these tomatoes around. That green tomato plant smell. Oh, it is so good. So many clusters on this beast. Let's go look at one of the larger tomato varieties though. Like here's a nice example of the sweet Juliet hybrids that I've been hanging on to so desperately. Normally form nice little clusters, and we can see there are a few more flowers up here that maybe didn't get pollinated, but a very nice little tomato, mostly flesh. I'm not a huge fan of the slime that you'll find in a lot of your larger tomatoes, but that's one of the ones that sold me on, well, just being a little more open-minded to the concept of tomatoes. Oh, let's see if we can dive in here. There's a couple thistles in the way, so I don't know if I want to get mucking about with that without my leather gloves, but can you see those? There's some nice maters there. Moving over something a little less thistly perhaps. What do we have here? Oh, that's not looking too shabby. Another thistle. Those things are everywhere. Nice tomato hiding in there though. Nice cluster in there. Oh yeah. Looking down, nice cluster there. Oh, delightful, delightful. Now if we can get some color in the next few weeks, and we can start to see bits of red and purple poking out through all of this green, I think that, well, I might even stop and take an actual picture of that, because that would be really nice, you know? I'd be very happy to see that. Oh, we got some good vegetable mass going on here. Nice weighty fruit. Oh my cluster. Let's see if we can get the camera in past all this stuff. Do you see what I see? Oh, beautiful. Yeah, so a little more color in there and I will be a very happy bear. So happy. But if it comes down to it, they're tomatoes, right? They can come inside, they can ripen on the counter, and all will be well. But they will most likely get used up green if that's what happens to them, because fried green tomatoes and stuff. All right, let's just pan over a little bit and look at the Three Sisters garden while we're here. Looking at some pretty decent looking corn right there. I don't feel too much development in those kernels, but still got some time. That's not a bad looking pumpkin. Well on its way to becoming something. Gotta like that. And this is all pumpkin vine coming up. This Three Sisters garden has just done so well for me this year. I'm so pleased. There's another nice little pumpkin right there. And then the squash up here. We've got the spaghetti squash. That little guy. Found a few more in here when I did take those ones out. And I have learned that taking the previous one off the vine, while it might have been a little too soon for that one, sure has made it easier for this one to just explode with growth. So I think I'm going to continue to do that. We'll see how it works. I certainly got plenty of spaghetti squash to mess around with here. So yeah, good productive year for the Three Sisters garden. I was hoping to see more out of the corn, but oh well. The spaghetti squash and pumpkins are definitely paying for the real estate. And I do see a lot of nice ears starting on those corn. I just don't know if they're gonna make it. And that's probably where I'm gonna wrap it up today. Bright sunshiny days generally mean, because it's the weekend, I got a lot of yard work to do. So I'm gonna run inside, edit this up, share it with y'all, and get outside and probably mow some lawn or pull some thistles. Oh, I've got these great leather gauntlets though. They go like halfway up to my elbow. Leftovers actually from when I was working at the welding shop, but yeah. Anyway, they work well for pulling thistles, something they can't actually get through. Anywho, so yeah, hopefully I'll have those other couple of updates for you within the week, and then we will be back again on Sunday looking at how things have done between now and then. Much love, everybody. Have fun in your gardens and take care of yourselves and each other, all right? I will see you next time.